77 WABC and Bergen Newbridge Medical Center honor the life of legendary broadcaster and our friend, Ernie Anastas.
Hi, it's Ernie Anastas. You know, your thoughts can affect how you feel. Bergen Newbridge Medical Center is the largest hospital in New Jersey, providing comprehensive, equitable, compassionate, and high-quality emergency inpatient and outpatient medical care, plus mental health services and substance use disorder treatment. The Bergen Newbridge team can address your total health needs in one convenient location. Call 201-225-7130 for an appointment or newbridgehealth.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi. Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And we are back here on Katz and Cosby. We're going to have John Solomon in just a moment with some breaking news. But boy, this is interesting, this meeting with China, you guys, and President Trump. And boy, as Bill was just saying, the stakes couldn't be higher, Judge Weinberg, when you sit and think about it.
Listen, China's not our friend. They want to take over the world. They have a domination concept. They've been stealing our technology. They've been putting people here in our country who get educated here and then they come back to China and aid the Communist Party. They've been stealing the AI. They're certainly responsible for the COVID crisis. This is a very serious business, and the idea of trading anything with Taiwan is absolutely reprehensible. If we do that, we've lost everything. China has no right to take over Taiwan. It's an independent country, and we've always been committed to their survival.
First of all, I think Trump is a smart guy. He's done the art of the deal. I think before we say anything either or, you let the meeting happen and see what happens.
That's absolutely right. But the fact of the matter is we have to be very, very careful about giving stuff to China.
I think Trump is a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah, Trump's aware of that. Let's see. It's going to be interesting. Look, China also wants, they're desperate too right now. When you look at it, China wants the oil from Iran. So he's got a lot of leverage going there too.
I think what China wants, in my opinion, is they want to make a deal, and they want to make a deal that's good for them and not piss us off too much.
Yeah, I agree. And now, you guys, we got some more breaking news.
Breaking news, WABC.
And joining us now is John Solomon, the founder of Just the News. John, what do you got today? You always have good stuff. We missed you for a few days, John.
Yeah, it is good to be with you. Yes, lots of news. Again, just a few minutes ago, the state of Virginia asked the United States Supreme Court in sort of a last-ditch effort to restore the new voting map that Virginia voters narrowly approved. That was ruled unconstitutional by the Virginia Supreme Court. Highly unlikely that this will succeed. One other thing to note, over the weekend, the state of Virginia was lampooned because its petition to the federal courts was riddled with typos. They couldn't even get the proper spelling of the word senator. Not making that up. They really did misspell those words.
Didn't they spell the state wrong, too, at the same time?
Well. They misspelled the name of Virginia, too, yes. Nothing like not knowing your hometown. But anyways, that is one of the stories that we're looking at today. President Trump put his muscle behind an idea of temporarily suspending the federal gasoline tax to give relief to American voters until the Iran conflict resolves itself. That's another one we're watching closely, but perhaps the one that everybody's talking about. Number one, most read story on Just the News today. 2 Senate committees released evidence today that the Justice Department knew, the IRS knew, the FBI knew that Hunter Biden may have violated the Mann Act. That prevents, it's the MANN Act. It prevents people from engaging in human trafficking or prostitution where you move women between state lines or between country lines. The FBI and the Justice Department had this evidence all the way back in October 2020 when it was still in the statute of limitations to charge Hunter Biden, but it went nowhere, and they kept it from everybody, including Congress, until just this week when Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley and Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations Chairman Ron Johnson released the information as soon as they got it. More examples of how much favoritism Hunter Biden was given when he was the vice president and the president's son. They just simply looked the other way every time they found a crime, whether it was a tax crime, a gun crime, or a prostitution crime.
You know, John, what is this about also this ISIS-K terrorist, the mastermind tied to Abbey Gate? The jury deadlocked, is that right?
On the charge of whether so the jury convicted him of providing material support to ISIS, but they deadlocked on the issue of whether he really was involved in the attack on Abbey Gate that day, whether he did something specific to help that plot. Some of the evidence that could have proven that, the White House says they kept secret because of classified and intelligence reasons. They didn't want to give up sources and methods, but they remain confident he was the guy. Now, he's going away to prison for a long time on a material support of terrorism. He was clearly supporting ISIS, no doubt about that. So he's going to prison a long time. But perhaps the most smoking gun evidence the White House may have kept out of the trial to protect sources and methods. Now,
the breaking news that I see, and I want to ask you about it, Trump nominates Cameron Hamilton to head FEMA?
Yes. So this is a gentleman who was removed last year as the acting head of FEMA. Well, you know what Donald Trump likes to do. He doubles down. So he's renominated him to run the agency in a regular capacity. In the past capacity, he was an acting director of FEMA. So that just happened a little bit ago as well. We'll see how Congress reacts to that. But that is a classic Donald Trump move.
And any other breaking news that you have?
You know, John, you had some interesting stuff about California helping with care with some of these groups. Explain this, Gavin Newsom. Tell us about that.
Well, California has got all sorts of unusual relationships with nonprofits, including nonprofits that have ties to terrorism, nonprofits that have ties to radical ideology, to things that the Trump administration has outlawed by executive order. In time and time again, no matter how often you point it out, they just keep doing it. They double down and say, well, we'll just give more money. We don't care. And I think that is a legacy of the Gavin Newsom era in California. But that story was over the weekend, got a lot of attention. Yeah, just more examples of Democrats not caring where your tax dollars, your and my tax dollars go. They don't care. As long as they get the outcome they want for their liberal agenda, they'll fund just about anybody.
Anything else you want to tell everybody?
One thing we're keeping a close eye on, the trial of the alleged January 6th pipe bomber. Coe Allen was in court today. He pleaded not guilty to attempting to assassinate. I'm sorry, not the, excuse me. Wow, this is the White House Correspondents' dinner shooter. My bad. He was in court today, and he pled not guilty. That's a perfunctory move, but I think there's a lot of focus on this case. One, how much do we know that we haven't told the American public? Two, were there security flaws that day that made Coe Allen's approach to the room more easy than it should have been? A lot of information flowing out, but I think we're going to be keeping a very close eye in this case. We expect some new evidence to be introduced in the court case again next week.
Well, John Solomon, thank you for everything you bring to the American people, and God bless you and God bless America.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Roger Stone here. Your dollars are losing ground, but gold isn't. American Sovereign Bullion helps you protect your wealth through real, tangible assets. Through their nationwide wholesaler network, you get some of the best pricing on gold and silver delivered straight to your door. Since 1912, the U.S. dollar has lost 97% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to prove its strength. So call 844-272-2428. That's 844-272-2428. Or visit DyingDollar.com to request your free gold and silver guide. That's DyingDollar.com.